ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Bobby. I am your host for this evening who forgot to turn his phone on
I know,
vibrate.
I'm turning mine on since I just heard yours
and
because you know it's going to happen.
I am joined by my co-host tonight, Miss Selena from Essence of the Moon. And if you're watching on Essence of the Moon, please subscribe to the Wild Raven Tarot channel. If you're watching on the Wild Raven Tarot
Yes,
channel, please subscribe to the Essence of the Moon channel. Okay, vibrate.
definitely.
So, this is our first show where we're doing on location. I was hoping we would have a chance to do this with Ramon when he went to Mexico, but
I
yeah,
know.
that
He said
didn't
he had
happen.
like, he was having like internet issues, and I'm sure the connectivity out there is a little bit more difficult.
His internet issues follow him wherever he goes. It's so funny.
I know. Poor guy.
So tonight, after we say hello to everybody, we are going to be handing the reins over to Selena. She is on location at Gettysburg,
I
Pennsylvania,
am.
the site of one of the most famous Civil War battles,
Yes,
a pivotal battle, one would
very
say.
much so.
So let's take a look and see who's joining us on this trip. We've already got a lot of people in here.
Yay,
Miss
welcome
Tarot
everybody.
D,
Oh,
I love
Madrina.
you.
I'm so
Uh,
sorry I couldn't take your phone call. I was in the middle of doing a ritual when you were
she got
calling and
me.
my phone was on silent.
She called me today, and I
Oh,
had just
I
woken up from
know.
another nap, and I looked all gaga and
I was so bummed. I'm like, no, I missed her. But I
right.
was legit in the middle of a full ritual and my phone was on silent, so I
You go,
couldn't.
baby girl. We're gonna hear
Yeah.
about that later too. So, Crystal Blue, welcome.
Hey, Crystal
Um,
Blue.
we've got. Oh, look, I'm doing the Pez head thing. Let me look at my glasses.
Oh, ritual or having birthday sex. Either way, she was in a good place. Miss Tara D.
Faye of the Forest,
Ritual.
Becca Joe, Old Windwalker. What up, boo?
Hi.
We said Faye of the Forest, Witchy best friend. What's up,
Oh,
Jess?
hello, Jess. I thought about you a
Psycho.
lot on this trip. I'm going to be talking about Jess on this trip too.
Okay,
I think she's involved in this. Hey,
perfect.
Amber.
Psychopomp of the Void. That is still one of my favorite names. Um,
Oh, we are birthday twins.
Sarah's
Hi,
Tarot and
Sarah.
Oracle. Oh, happy birthday, twins, both of you.
Yeah.
Bridget,
Hey, Bridget.
Spiritual Audio, Julie. What
Oh,
up,
hello, Julie.
Julie? Becca Joe.
Hello.
Yadira.
Oh, my girl. I was just texting with her.
Yeah,
I
she
was
was
telling her I need more of her body scrub because I've
she
been using
was
that here
telling
in
me about
Gettysburg.
your scrub that it really helped her out there.
That's why I look like this, guys, because I just took a shower and I was using, coming off a battlefield, the energy's so heavy, and I've been using her scrub,
Were
and I
you
was actually
fighting?
asking her about more of it because I was using it.
Perfect. The best mod on
Madhu.
YouTube, Miss Maru. Not only that, she is a great card reader. Nancy, Crohn's Intuition, Jackie.
Hey, Yadira, can you put a link up for your Etsy on your body scrub, please?
Yes. Jan, Silk Steel. I love
Hey,
that Silk
Jan.
Steel. It makes me think of spider silk.
Yeah.
All right, let's see who else we got. I'm sure people are going to be dropping in as we go. Intuitive Insights,
I
Crystal
like that
Blue.
name.
We're just stalling for time
Awkwardly
and giving people
Gothy.
a
Hey,
chance to
Aody.
join us.
My girly Odie's
There she
here.
is. No fair jumping ahead. Hey, Odie, I
Oh,
need to talk to you too. I need you on my channel. I need you on my channel, girl.
I know. She's amazing. And
Yeah, I
she's a
want to get
musician.
her.
She does her own music.
I
She's
want to get her
like,
behind the
she's like the
cards,
cat's meow. I love her.
and she's
Please
freaking
follow Awkwardly
gorgeous
Gothy,
to
people.
look at.
She has a beautiful channel. She does some music. She's just a beautiful person inside and out. Just a
I
lovely,
can
lovely
tell you
person.
this: we would have been friends, old school goth friends.
Totally.
Um,
She's out
Andy
in like
Berger.
Vegas, so she's not too far from you.
No, not at all, really.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so people will be trickling
Mm-hmm.
in. Coco's channel. That's funny. It sounds like Coco Chanel.
Oh, hello,
She's
Coco. I
mixing
love her.
Coco Chanel.
She sent me a beautiful box of just wonderful crocheted items for my birthday. She sent me a deck. She sent me crystals. She made me a beautiful crocheted, a couple of them. One has a skull, like skulls on it, and the other one has ghost on it. And she,
Frost and
yeah, she's a
Forest.
beautiful person. Check her out, guys. Check out Coco. Coco, can you please put your channel on there? On the
Yes.
share your channel, guys. Everybody share your channel, please. I want everybody
Frost and
connected.
Forest. That was
Yeah.
my family name, my mom's
Remember you saying that.
name. Yeah. It's a big thing with me. Millie, how you doing? Let's see. I said hi to Annie. Okay. And everybody else will be joining us as they come in. Wow, we got a full
Yes.
house already, Selena.
Yeah, nice.
So,
Welcome, guys.
this week I went to the store. Where did you go this week, Selena?
Oh, I was just on the battlefield since Monday. It's been a very hectic. Oh, well, what kind of store did you go to?
I was just saying something to say I
Oh,
went somewhere. But I
yeah.
did go to Hobby Lobby or the Michael's.
Okay, nice. Did you buy anything there?
Nope, I was going on broke.
Oh, of course. Me too.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Smart.
but yes, I am in Gettysburg. I live maybe like 3.5 hours from Gettysburg. So it's a place my husband and I like to come to often. We haven't for the past year because we rescued a new dog, and finding a place to stay that allows pets is a little bit more difficult. So that's something that we've encountered, and she doesn't travel that great. So, but that being said, my first time here was about 6 years ago, and I was just telling Bobby backstage that I had this really intense leg pain at the Copse of Trees, which is the last day battle. It's on the side of the Union fighting against the Confederate. So if anybody doesn't know, the Civil War happened on July 1st, 2nd, and 3rd in 1863, I think it was. I think so, 1863. So I'm sure everybody knows what the Civil War was about and why it happened. Lincoln was the South separated from the North. They had their own president. They had Davis as their president. The North had Lincoln.
Davis.
Yeah, the North had Lincoln, and it was all essentially about abolishing slavery.
Slavery was a big part of it, huge part of it, but it was a
especially for the
lot
North
of things,
with
a lot of
Lincoln.
political issues.
So there was a lot of political divide between the North and the South, and here comes. So I'm in Gettysburg, and my first time here was a very intense time. I'm not sure if I mentioned this before, but the moment I stepped into Gettysburg, we drove in, literally crossed the Gettysburg line. I was in full-blown tears, sitting in the back seat with my mother-in-law. My husband's driving, and he looks at the mirror, his rearview mirror, and he's like, "Are you okay?" He goes, "What's wrong?" And I was like, "I just feel this immense sadness here." So there is an immense sadness to the Gettysburg. There's definitely a heavy feeling to this place, especially for anyone that has abilities. I think they tend to feel things a little bit stronger here. But my first days here, I saw ghosts. They were in my bedroom in our place that we rented. I felt severe pain, like my leg was hit by a cannon, and it was intense pain the whole day. I had horrific pain the whole day. So it was my right leg. This time around, I was talking to Nancy, Crohn's Intuition, and she mentioned about going to a cemetery. So I was like, okay, let me try and go to the National Gettysburg Cemetery, which I did. As I'm walking through the cemetery, I'm coming across these unmarked graves. They're unknown soldiers. Not unmarked, I just say unknown. They're unknown soldiers. So as I'm walking through there, my leg pain gets intense. It starts at like the first or second row, and then it gets more intense at the fourth row. Once I get past the fifth row, my leg pain goes away. And I'm like, okay, something's happening here. So I go back to the fourth row, which is row 800s and part of 700s. I'm like, let me start walking through there and see if I feel anything. So I get past 809, I go to 808 because the numbers go down, and my leg pain goes away as soon as I get to 808. So I'm like, let me go back to 809. I go back to 809. I get severe leg pain again, but then I get a piercing headache. And then my ear starts ringing. My right ear starts ringing. So I'm getting right leg pain, piercing headache, my ears piercing, like piercing noise. And mind you, that morning I woke up, this was yesterday on my birthday. I woke up with like nausea, and I was tasting blood when I woke up that morning, yesterday morning. I'm like, okay, something's going to be happening today besides my birthday and turning a year older. But I have a feeling that this is a past life, and the fact that it's an unknown soldier, I've felt like he was probably, they amputated his leg. Something happened where he ended up dying, and with all the commotion going on between the North and the South, that he was considered unknown, is my guess, because I did a spirit board session later on that day, and he told me he was the spirit from 809, and I asked for what state he was coming from, because I felt like I was Union, and I got the initials MA, but I couldn't get anything more.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah.
I love the
That's
input everybody has. This is awesome.
yeah. So it was pretty intense, and the spirit board session, he was very confused in that spirit board session, and then after I finished the session, it made sense why he was confused, because he was an unknown soldier. He had no name. So I had asked Santa Muerte to help guide him, and I pulled cards today to see how his process was going, and I pulled the Three of Wands, and then the Sun card, and then the Three of Cups. So there was good sign of him moving on forward, but I felt like with everything I did, I think it was like a remembrance for him, and he wanted to be remembered by somebody. I feel like that's what kind of help him move on, is that remembrance, because I got that Three of Cups. It was that celebration part that I felt he needed to be able to cross over. What do you think, Bobby?
I'm stuck on the Three of Wands and the Three of Cups together.
The Three of Three, and then the Sun
The 3
card.
and 3, fire and water. That's alchemy. That's
Yeah.
balance. That's peace. Think temperance.
Yeah.
When they're balancing the
Mm-hmm.
water and fire. But that's just me. Did you happen to take note of any emotions you were feeling during your trip besides pain?
The pain,
Mm-hmm.
complete calmness. It was not a place where I feel distress. Well, there's a couple times I did feel it. I was actually recording, doing video footage for my channel, and I was picking up on energy, and I felt like there were soldiers on both sides of me as I was walking on this trail behind, I think it was Reynolds. It was the first day battle. And I got off the trail because I saw mist on the left side of me. It was like a wall of mist. So I wanted to get closer to it to kind of see, like, am I seeing this right? Mind you, I'm recording this whole time. I have my camera, I'm recording. And as soon as I got off trail, got close to the mist kind of moved down further away from me. And I'm like, okay, something doesn't feel right. So I got back on the trail, and they were upset at me that I got off the trail. So I was like, okay, it's time to leave. And I asked them, I said, please don't follow me. I'm leaving in peace. Apologies for getting off the trail. But I got out of that whole section area. And then Maple Grove just asked, did I ask him what state he was from? Did I hear
Yeah.
that right? I did, yes. I got the initials M and A. So I'm not sure. I was still debating if it was Union or Confederate. And I wasn't sure if he was saying Massachusetts, Maine, or maybe he was doing A for Alabama. I tried to get his name, but when I tried to get his name, it was just spinning. Because the board that I was using also can be used, the planchette can be used as a pendulum, and the planchette was just spinning in circles. It was very confused.
I would be nervous about going there for the simple fact that I'm physically susceptible to certain types of energy.
Yeah.
I'll give you, for instance, during a reading one time where there was a curse involved that I didn't know about until I started the reading.
Mm-hmm.
My nose started running and bleeding. And Mama D, who's going to be on Monday, can verify this is true. She was there at the time. And I knew I had stepped into something wicked and wrong, and
Mm-hmm.
it had a physical effect. So other than the pain in your leg, did you notice any physical
Back pain.
manifestations?
No, I just had I was getting back pain in certain areas, which was really weird for me to get. Almost like I was carrying a heavy load. It felt like the 10 of Wands card.
Maine is ME? Really?
I thought it was MA. Or no,
That's
maybe Massachusetts
Massachusetts.
is MA.
It makes sense. Thank you, Maple Grove. I did not know that. It never occurred to me that it would be anything other than Maine. See, that's rigid thinking. Thank you for widening my mind there. Um, so what else did you experience when you were out there? What did you see? What did you do?
I did a lot of recording. I did a spirit board session that I mentioned. I did record the spirit board session. My dog Darla, this girl, we went into an open field, which happens to be where a lot of Confederate and Union soldiers were killed. And it's a field that not a lot of people know how to get to. We do, after all these years, know how to enter that area and where to go to it. It looked very different than it had looked before. It looked like it was unkept. It looked pretty wild. Darla ran the heck out of there so fast.
Did she really?
Her tail was between her legs. She ran. My husband is running after her. So she's good with her commands. When we tell her to stop, she stops. She did not stop. She almost ran to the road. My husband is running after her as fast as he can. The fact that she got
Dogs know.
she got so spooked. She ran. She knew exactly where the truck was at. Ran toward the truck. Didn't even drink any water and took a nap. She was so exhausted. And she did not want to get out of the truck.
Well, I don't blame her.
She was frightened. So I caught that on video. I went back after my husband got her and I started re-recording again. I went back and started recording and kind of talking in the field. And I was also feeling very uncomfortable, like I was being watched. I felt like I was being crowded on. Like I felt energy where it was just too much around me, and it was intense.
Sounds like it was suffocating energy. That
Yeah.
Before we go on, I want to take a minute for everybody to please wish Selena a happy birthday. It just passed.
Thank you.
We all love you, Selena, and you look great for 39.
Thanks.
So
I have no makeup on, guys. I just took a shower.
Let's take this
Yeah.
Ooh, baby, tell me more.
I know. I needed to get all that gunk off, and I had to use my girl's body scrub to help. cleanse my
Let's
energy.
take it chronologically from the time you got into Gettysburg. What did you do?
Oh, we went
Tell us
straight to
about
the
your trip.
battlefield.
Did you? Just
Yeah.
no ifs, ands, buts. You're like, come
We
on.
came and dropped off our stuff at our rental place, went straight to the battlefield. I mean, if we were up at 5 in the morning every single day, leaving here at 6:10. See that we always saw the sunrise.
I go to bed at 5 in the morning.
I know you do.
I know
I know.
Selena and I are like that. You
Complete
remember that movie
opposites.
Lady Hawk, where one is waking up, the other's going down. That's what it always reminds me of with you and Ramon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We went and got donuts at a place called Devil's Den Donuts, which was like huge, phenomenal donuts. We would get breakfast in the morning, go to the battlefield the moment it opens up because they're only open like during sunrise and sunset. You have to be careful when it's closed off, so you can't really go on the battlefield. Only like 30 minutes before the sunrise.
Do you know of any historical sightings of things that have happened there?
Historical?
Yeah, like standard ghosts.
Oh yeah, all the places I was at had some type of
Can you tell us about
ghostly
some of those?
encounters. Yeah, so we went to a play called Iverson's Pits. It's on day one where Doubleday is at. It's called Iverson Pits because that is a area where they essentially were fighting and they just landed in the pits, and that's where the bodies landed. They were all lined up in a row. It was like a burial ground
Right.
for the soldiers. There's always a eerie, heavy, eerie feeling in that particular part of the battlefield. Oh, thank you. And I mean, all of the places I went. There was another cemetery that I went to that is for the indigent, the poor, the people from like an insane asylum that was there during the Civil War. And this was my second time visiting. My first time I visited, I was extremely sad that day when I went to see them. And I just kept saying sorry to them, not realizing that those were unknown people as well. They were poor, indigent, had no family, and some of them were in the insane asylum. So when I went this second time around and looked up the cemetery, it made me, it helped me realize why I kept apologizing to them and why I felt bad and sorry for them. So I went and left offerings. I took tobacco and I took whiskey and pennies, and I was taking that to drop off as offerings, even after a spirit board session and stuff like that.
Um, I looked it up real quick. The ghosts I was talking about, Jenny Wade, the only
Yes, we did go to the
civilian
Jenny Wade house.
killed,
I've been there before.
the only civilian killed during the battle. Her house is
Yes,
now part of the ghost tours and is said to be
yes,
a focal point for paranormal activity.
it is.
There have been
I had
reports
paranormal
of her
activity in there.
spirit interacting with objects like a doll, as described. Okay, so what
Yes.
happened there?
So
How?
last year, my husband and I went there. It was around this time. We did the Jenny Wade tour. She is the first civilian to get shot, and there's still the bullet holes through the door as well as through the kitchen. She was just making breakfast for the family.
Hmm.
Mind you, there's a young man called James Wade who looks a spitting image of my husband.
Really?
We looked at the pictures and I'm like, holy crap, that looks like my husband. It's an identical picture of my husband. It's the weirdest thing. So back to the Jenny Wade, there was a tour that was going on and we did the tour, and a gentleman was taking pictures. I was already feeling a little boy's energy right next to me. Like I felt him touch my hand. He was very much attached to me the whole time we were there. Like I was his mother of some sort. The gentleman who was there took a picture and saw a white orb that was like waist length, so like what would be the size of a child. And he showed me the pictures. He's like, "Oh my gosh, look at what I just got." He's like, "I have a picture and there's an orb right in front of you." Oh wow, cool. So yeah, there was the energy of a little boy that's there. And I did feel like this little boy was just following me around. And there's a man who took a picture who was on the tour, and he saw the orb right in front of me multiple times, multiple shots.
You know,
Like this little boy was just following me.
what you're talking about sparked a memory. I went on a ghost tour in Yuma. Old Town Yuma is famously haunted because the Colorado River overflowed its banks and washed out a large portion of the town. Well, part of it
Mm-hmm.
was the graveyard. And there's pictures in one of the restaurants there of kids riding caskets down the river, waving at the camera. Um, Thank you, my love. Um, and we took a ghost tour there,
Mm-hmm.
and I had a 35 millimeter camera around my neck, and I was taking pictures of everything. And we reached this one spot, and they're telling us about how the lights will swing outside if we sit there for a minute. There was no wind or anything, and we're looking, and the lights started swaying. So I went to take a picture. I don't know why. You can't really see anything swaying in a picture,
Yeah.
but it wouldn't work. So I forgot about it and left it. Um, a few minutes later, my camera just started going crazy and it wouldn't stop taking pictures. And I'm like, what the fuck? I never had that film developed. So I was a chicken shit. I never. The point of that is that, yeah, that reminded me
Wow.
of a spooky place. That was the coolest ghost
Nice.
experience I had. So what else you got?
I just had to take somebody off. I'm not sure what's going on here. Okay, I just banned somebody.
Oh, I
I know, it was
missed.
on
What'd
your
they
side too.
say? Well, that sucks. What'd they say?
It was just gibberish. I don't know.
Oh, one of
Okay.
those.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, so the Jenny Wade house is very cool. My husband and I just rented a another Airbnb for, guess when? We're coming back again, Bobby.
What?
Halloween.
Oh, are you kidding me?
No.
All right, that's
And we're
cool.
gonna be staying actually downtown this time. We actually found a place downtown that accepts dogs. Normally we stay downtown without a dog, but now we found a place with a dog that allows them. So we'll be downtown on Halloween, and we're here for like 3 days, I think, 3 or 4 days again. And this time around, I'll be taking you guys onto the whole downtown area where there are a lot of buildings that have, you can still see the musket holes on the side of the buildings that were not fixed and were just left there. So there are a lot of buildings that still have cannon holes, musket holes. Earlier today, I showed on my camera, there's a huge boulder that has musket holes in it. And the first time I stuck my finger in there about 6 years ago, I felt some really crazy energy. I know, Bobby, don't look at me like that. This time around, I was like, let me see what happens. Let me stick my hand and my finger in these holes. I did. There was 3. Yeah. I did it
Okay.
for the camera, guys. I did it for you guys.
I don't get. You know what? I love y'all. I love you incredibly much.
Oh.
But I ain't sticking my finger in no haunted hole for nobody. I did that once in the 90s, and
Yeah.
oh wait, no, that was a different kind of hole. Anyway, so
Ba-ba-bum.
bum, bum, bum.
Hello,
Did I
my
see
brother.
Ramon?
Yes. Hello,
What's up?
welcome.
I knew if I said his name earlier, he'd show
Yeah.
up.
You did say his name, so you did summon him.
I did. What's
So
up, hermano?
I look at Aodi. She said, no haunted holes, LOL. Oh my gosh, AOD. You know, I had to stick my finger in there for you guys,
Mm-mm.
but I did. And
No, it's not a haircut, you guys. I just slicked it back. I was running late to be with my loving Selena here, so
yeah, never
just
stick your
threw a
finger
little
in some
gel.
strange hole. Not a good idea, Selena.
I'm telling you, girl.
I did. And it was just really funny. But yeah, there was just a lot of uneasiness, pain that I was dealing with being on this battlefield. Um,
So, um, how close to the battlefield were you when you would start feeling
the moment I
get
crossed into
the
Gettysburg,
moment you
the whole
crossed
pretty
it?
much all of Gettysburg is a huge cemetery. There is not one part of Gettysburg that is not at one time had buried Union Confederate soldiers side by side, because as you realize, this was in July in the middle of summer.
Did you
They
go to
didn't
the
have a regular, like they didn't have enough people to remove these thousands of bodies off the
right?
field in the middle of summer. Not only human beings, lots of horses were killed on the battlefield. Lots and lots of horses. The
I
one
always
bat,
feel bad for the
I
horses.
know the one field I was in that Darla got spooked out. There were 62 horses that were dead on that field, not including
Dang.
all of the other people that were there. You know, the Confederate and Union soldiers equally, but there was 62 dead horses on that field. So the
See,
energy is very wild. It's
I'm that guy that could watch men, women, and children getting mauled to death by lions and ghosts and monsters in the movies, but you put a dog or a horse in danger and I'm
I
freaking the
know.
fuck out. I will I will
Yeah,
get up and walk out. I don't
yeah.
want to see it
But
in a
Darla
movie.
was spooked out many times. Like many times in Gettysburg. So
Were you
she
able
pretty
to
much
go
stayed in the truck
to
as much as possible.
well, I don't blame her. This shit's haunted.
Yeah.
Um, were you able to go to the Tilly Pierce house?
Mm-mm.
Okay, that was a home that served as a hospital for wounded soldiers.
I did
Um,
see other hospitals.
I'm
What does
sure
that
there
Tilly
must have
one
been a
look like?
lot.
Do you
The
know
till
where it's
I don't
at?
know what it looks like. It just says
Is
in
it the one on
Gettysburg.
Confederate Avenue?
Don't
Because some
know.
of them you can't go into.
Uh, one of the ghost claims made is that George Washington's ghost has been spotted there, which I don't see how. But
No.
yeah, so
So
that's
there's several farms that were converted, as well as homes that were converted into hospitals, makeshift hospitals. The place where General or where Robert E. Lee was at, he took over someone's house. A lot of them, that's what they did. A lot of these generals took
oh
over
yeah.
civilian homes and used them for their offices, which then became a hospital. So there's many buildings in all of Gettysburg that was turned into a makeshift hospital. A lot of them were buried there temporarily until they were able to exhume them and send them to their appropriate cemeteries, either the Gettysburg one, or if they were Confederates, sending them down to the South to their prospective cemeteries. So
Um,
the
there's a
whole
play
ground, all of Gettysburg, the ground is, I feel, permanently
saturated, it
soaked
sounds like.
in blood. Yes.
Um, yeah,
Yes, I
everybody's
did
saying
mention
Darla
that.
knows, everybody knows.
Yes, Moonfox. I did mention that in the videos I was recording, because there is a railroad track that they were at. And the railroad track, I also did go and record it there. This was Davis, President Davis from the South. His nephew was running, I think, I'm not sure if he was like a brigadier or a colonel or whatever he was. They took the troops down into a railroad track that wasn't completed, wasn't finished. Well, essentially, you can get down there easily. You can't get out easily. So when the Union came and were pointing down at the Confederates down in that pretty much trench, a lot of them died down there. Zach Bagans did do a paranormal session there, and then recently, they did find bodies, soldier bodies that were kind of like dug up, like buried there, and they have been exhumed and then taken to their appropriate cemeteries.
Hey, Krista.
Hey, Krista. So yeah, it's
Um,
there's a
what
lot of.
about the triangular field?
Is that the peach orchard?
That is the part of the battlefield um, known for ghostly cannons screaming and moaning
Mm-hmm.
as soldiers. I guess it's
So
like,
I feel it's the peach orchard you're probably talking about, because it was in a triangular form. I think Sickles was on there, and he's the Union. Confederates were coming in from the wheat field, from where the horses that I was just talking about in Darla got spooked. They were coming in from that field. And because it was a triangular area, he was exposed in too many areas. And that was his downfall, is
wow.
he didn't plan appropriately, and also didn't discuss it with his colonel or general, what he was doing.
How did you sleep while you were there?
Oh, like a rock. I was so exhausted. I was so charged the whole day. Come 9 p.m. at night, I was already in bed, guys. Normally, I'm not in bed at 9 p.m. I was in bed by 9. I'm usually in bed by like midnight. And then I was up at 5 in the morning. But
I think I missed something. I personally don't understand why Northern people didn't respect the Southern way of life or private property. Well, because the Southern way of life demeans, diminishes, and doesn't respect or recognize people. So that's why. Um, to each his own. But slavery is bad. We do not condone that. So I really don't have any other questions, but everybody watching, please post your questions for
yeah,
Selena.
definitely.
And if you'd like to get her opinion on something, please post it in all caps. Throw a couple of emojis in there just for the hell of it so I see it.
Yeah, definitely. But it's, if you ever get a chance to come out here, I 100% recommend it. I think the first day, it's a good time just to come here and kind of just soak in the energy, not really do paranormal stuff, not try and do any type of readings or tarot readings, and kind of just get a feel for the
I
land
don't, I
first.
wouldn't want to do readings in a place like that, to tell you the truth. I I get the feeling all the messages would be dealing with that area. Say I'm trying to
Yeah.
read for somebody
But if
outside
you're
of that
trying
area.
to understand if I don't know, maybe if a spirit is really calling to you while you're there and you're trying
Oh yeah.
to help him, maybe he's having a hard time crossing over, I think pulling cards or getting, like I asked Santa Muerte to help intervene and kind of. Have you been to other battlefields? I have, Rebecca Joe. So I've been to Antietam, which is in Maryland, and Antietam is the bloodiest. They had the bloodiest day battle in history on U.S. territory. Um, Antietam had, let me pull them up.
Did
So
you?
Antietam was also a very much charged place. Um, so the total casualties in one day,
Ooh.
and this was Antietam was right before Gettysburg. So They had already lost a lot of men prior to getting into Gettysburg. Total casualties, Union and Confederate combined, was 22,717 in one day.
Bridget asks, have you ever met a ghost that doesn't want to move on via a battlefield?
I have not, Bridget. Many times, I'm going to say almost every single time that I come here and I come across a ghost, usually in our bedroom, I usually see him on the first day and the last day. In between that, I don't see him, but I know he's there because there's a lot of wood floors that are creaky. And in the middle of the night, my husband and I have woken up because somebody
I
is
don't know what's going on here, talking about freeing those hands was an economic disaster for Southern economy. Well, that's too fucking bad. Those were slaves that got freed. This is not a place for political discussions. So
No.
I do a show on that, but this ain't it. If you want to chime in with that, join us on Sherry's show on Saturday nights.
Yes.
For the Voices from the Swamp, where we get all kinds of fucking political. Our next question.
We don't get political on here, guys.
No, because then Bobby opens his mouth and tells people to go fuck themselves, and Selena doesn't like that. Old Windwalker asks, have people been
Sounds like a lot are
ghosts?
still there. That is correct, Old Windwalker. There's definitely a lot that are still there. And like Bridget just mentioned, probably don't want to cross over. Maybe that's their only livelihood. That's maybe the only thing that they know. And I mean, it's hard to come to release, I don't know, thousands and thousands of ghosts that are lingering.
Here's a good question from Draven. Did you ever find yourself having to step back to re-up any of your personal awards?
Yes, Draven.
Great question, Draven.
I actually had to do that today. Going into the cemetery, I did not put up my awards properly, and I was feeling that. After my whole leg pain and everything like that, the headache I was getting, I was like, okay, Selena, you need to really stop because this is not good. I don't want to be walking out of here limping and in severe pain, even though I did.
Yeah, you just chewed me out for that a couple weeks ago.
I know, but I did leave the cemetery still limping in pain, but mentally I was better than I was when I was in there. So I think mentally I was able to shield myself. Physically, I could not. It was very, very hard to do that physically, but mentally I was in a really good mental space. Like I wasn't in tears. I wasn't feeling upset. I wasn't like crying like I normally do. But physically I was a mess. I had been to New Orleans as well. I did go to where the first day battle also happened in Charlotte, North Carolina, Fort Sumter. That is where the first bullet, the first cannon went off to start what started the Civil War. So I was there this November a year ago. And that was also very much charged there. That Charleston is like a city of cemeteries, city of churches.
I don't understand why people care about slavery in America.
Probably care.
Well, it's a biggie. That's why. What did it feel like when the spirits were in your room with you there? I have been told the room is cold when the spirit is in the room or died in the room.
There was definitely energetically charged differences. Like I feel that like the electricity going through my body. When I was recording the last couple days, I would mention that on when I was recording that I was getting electricity feeling through my legs. I felt the heaviness, like I was explaining. I was trying to talk through all of that. I felt like my left leg buckled underneath me as I was walking through a field. And guess what? My battery on my camera died multiple times today and yesterday. Completely drained. It is a new camera, new batteries.
All right. I'm going to put this down now, you guys. No more politics. I'm going to ask the mods. If you see people talking politics, boot them out.
Yeah, boot anybody out who's talking politics. I'm not here for that.
We ain't having it. So Psychopomp asks, Selena, did you feel any native presence? When I visited years ago in one of the darker energy areas, I saw natives. I think any bloodshed leaves a mark, but I wonder what you felt in that dark area. These are good
You know, I
questions,
did
guys.
not feel any native energy. It was all maybe it was all just soldier energy. Um, there is a orphanage that's close by that has a lot of energy happen. We visited that orphanage last year in the middle of the night during a ghost hunt, and I took candy as offering for these kids, and I did pick up a lot of orbs in that section right there.
Hinda says, once I heard my late father's voice call me 3 times during a time of extreme crisis. I was getting through. That time I was
Wow.
alone in my bedroom during the day. During the day.
That's
Wow.
weird during the day. Yeah, that's
That
intense.
says you must have really needed their or they really wanted to get some energy or message through to you. That's
Yeah,
amazing. I love
yeah,
that.
I love that.
I got
But
the
yeah, my
shit scared
battery
out of
died multiple
me.
times.
I got the shit scared out of me, ironically, in a closet one time. I was um, reorganizing the closet, one of the slide open ones, and I
Hmm.
was reorganizing my shoe, and I could hear breathing in right here,
Did your hair go?
like this.
Oh no.
S- Did my hair go up? No,
Y-
but the rest of my body did. Everything up and out of the room. I mean, I
Yeah.
beat a hasty retreat.
Hmm.
I
So
never
there's a
did
couple
find out
times
what
where
was
I
it.
was going into areas and I'm like, oh no, this is not good. I need to get out of here. Like the energy was not good. Yes. Thank
Why
you.
talk politics when we can talk ghosts? Exactly.
I know.
All right. Could you tell the difference between the energies, i.e.,
Yes,
good or bad?
you can definitely tell. I feel when there is bad energy, you're kind of more an alert and you get like a dreaded doom feel is what I get when there's bad energy. When there is good energy or quiet energy, I'm kind of more at peace and at calm. Like it's just the way my body's reacting to them. It's either calm and peaceful, or it's like I'm on guard and I'm feeling doom and gloom.
Um, Faye wants to know, did you get to do the Estes method? If so, what came through
No, I
for
did
you?
not. I think the Estes method would have been really cool to do where you block out your sight and only do like listening and try and come out that
I
way. I did
believe it
not do
has
that.
2 people,
Correct.
isn't it, for control?
Yeah.
Um, what do you do when there's a bad energy?
Get the flip out of there.
Get the fuck out of Dodge is what you do.
Get
You
out.
don't mess with it.
You don't
If you
mess.
find a
There,
snake, don't
pick
fucking
it up.
poke at it with your finger. No. You
I
back
just get
away
out.
slowly.
And I felt that several times today. Like it was not necessarily bad energy, it was more protective energy. And I had already
Joseph
take them
Mengele.
off by getting off the trail because there was like wispy matter to the left of me. It was like a whole wall of wispiness. And I got off the trail to go look at it. And I think they got mad that I did that.
Ooh, I didn't
Yeah.
know how voodoo would. Ooh. Okay, so I used to live in New Orleans. Very big
Oh,
death energy
I
going on
love
in New
New
Orleans.
Orleans. I
A lot
love
of
the
voodoo.
energy down there. I was down there 2 years ago for my birthday with my best friend. I love that place. Yes.
Selena, do you think all war leaves a mark? All the emotions and intensity. I've been to a few different battlegrounds, and it all has a similar vibe. Like the
Yeah.
intensity thins the veil out
So it's a
permanently.
liminal space the whole time you're there. It doesn't matter what time of year you're there. I've been there multiple times throughout the year, at different times, not just
It's
closest
not
to the
even
veil,
funny.
even furthest away from the veil. The energy, it's still a liminal space. You not only are you entering into a battlefield, you're entering into a permanent cemetery. The energy of what happened is still permeated there. It's still in the air, it's still in the ground, it's still in the boulders, it's still in everything around you. So you are always going to feel it. It doesn't matter when.
So, people
I
just
have never
joining
done the
us who
Estes
have
method and I
never
want to.
Yeah, people who have never joined us before and have never been to Behind the Moon and don't know what it is. Well, Selena and I get together. We talk about spiritual
Mhm.
things, supernatural things, tarot,
Tarot stuff,
oracle.
yeah, witchy stuff.
Selena and I are both witches also, which confuses me why people would choose to come in here and start shit knowing that you're just going to piss off two witches. I
Yeah,
have no problem cursing anybody.
neither do I.
I'm not that love and light
And I
kind of
have
witch.
all the herbs
So
with me because I brought a bunch of stuff
before you come into our place of
in
power,
jars. You
think,
better check yourself before you
check
wreck
yourself
yourself.
before you wreck
Check yourself
yourself.
at the door, guys. Come on, I don't want no politics on here.
This is love, light, and shadow. So
Yes.
keep the
Yes.
bullshit in your pants where it belongs.
Yep.
Intuitive insight. How do you know when to get out of there? When
It's just the feeling you get when you're like, it's that
Have you ever had your parents argue and you could see the argument coming
before
and
it
you
happened,
right you know,
like you
okay, I
feel
got to
the
get out of
energy
here.
build up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
That's when you're
know.
like, okay, time to get the flip out of Dodge.
Exactly. Listen to your spirit guides when they say run
They'll tell
bitch.
you, they will tell you when it's time to jet out of there.
New
Yeah.
Orleans, I haven't been
Beautiful
there
place.
in since I was 15. I'm
Yeah. It's
55
been about
now.
2 years for me. And the energy there, we stayed right off of Bourbon Street.
That's what we should do. Is I probably used to have sex in the place you're talking about. We should plan a trip to New Orleans and just meet there. That's what we should do.
Yes, we need to get Miss Tara D and Ramon and anybody who wants to come. Let's do like a field trip.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Becca Joe, Rebecca. I always forget the
Dark
Rebecca
mist and white
Joe.
mist. So I've never encountered well, I haven't actually, I do lie. I did have encountered the dark mist. The dark mist to me has a sulfury smell to it. That's when you know it's some bad shit. The white mist to me, I don't really smell anything with it. So to me, when I see that and it doesn't smell like anything horrible, then I know I'm okay. The dark mist has for me, in my personal opinion, my personal gnosis, it has
This is a
a
good
sulfur
question.
smell to it.
Have you ever gone to an old Southern plantation or
Yes,
to a women's
Charlotte.
prison?
I went to the one in Charlotte. They did have it is a southern plantation, the one that we went to, Magnolia Farms. And they have a whole row of slavery of homes for the slaves that they were using. So yes,
Sorry
I
about
have been.
that. Mods, we trust our mods. That's why we made you mods. So
Yes.
if you see somebody who you even think is starting their shit, boot the bitches. All
Yep.
right. This is not that channel. We don't fuck around here.
Nope. Go to Sherry's channel for that. She
You
likes
want,
all
you
that
want,
stuff.
yeah, you want to argue, fine, we'll argue, but I'm also going to curse your ass in the process.
Yep.
Um, what do you do? What did you do or feel when you first started feeling energy and ghosts? Are you talking in general or
Yeah, I was
there?
just gonna ask in general, like when I first started or when I was there.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
While they repost the question, a lot of people are saying they've noticed smells at places
Mm-hmm.
before. I can't
Me
remember
too.
what that's called, but smelling things.
Clairsentience.
No, that's knowing.
No,
When
there's
you just
another
Bobby,
sense.
have I ever felt cold? Oh, she said both. Um, I'll let you answer before I answer this question. So both when you first started feeling and when you started feeling them at
It's
locations.
clarifaction or
Clarification.
clarosomia.
Mm,
It's the
okay.
ability to perceive sense that is not physical source. They smell often, serve as messages, energetic imprints. So I smell a
Yeah,
lot
you
of
do.
no, but
That's
I
what
can
brothers
smell
are
like
for.
my dad's cologne. I can smell my dog that passed away, their fur. I can smell coffee when my grandma's brewing her own coffee. I can smell roses. I can smell cemeteries when there's not a cemetery around me. It's in my house.
That's something I smell as Icor.
Yeah.
The what mildewy, moldy earth, the
Hmm.
wet. That
Mossy smell. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
Dirt.
smell sometimes. So, intuitive insight says, Bobby, have you ever felt cold wind around you when you're relaxing? It's interesting you say that because what I feel, it feels like a wind. It feels like there's a wind blowing on me and on my face, but there's no wind.
Hmm.
So I feel it. But sometimes when I feel that, I feel nauseous too. Um,
Hmm.
so that's one of my indicators that tells me negative energy if I can feel that.
I
Yeah.
also went to the Minuteman Park, which is where the Boston Tea Party,
Mm-hmm.
um, I think that's when it started, the Boston Tea Party. And I, again, was tasting blood, getting piercing headaches. I was nauseous. I almost wanted to vomit. I told my
Right.
husband, we need to get out of there. You could feel and hear footsteps behind you. I look back, there's nobody behind us, nobody in the park. It was early in the morning when it first opened because we were on our way to Salem, to Massachusetts. By the way, we got married in Salem, my husband and I. So we were on our way to Salem and did a couple stops on the way before we got there. So again, it's the same battlefield feeling of gloom and doom, piercing headache, wanting to
Fear.
vomit, the taste of blood. I do taste a lot of, like, I usually taste blood when I'm in these types of areas. And it scares me. It's really scary to taste that
I've
because you
tasted
feel
blood.
like
Yeah.
it's like you're feeling and sensing the death of a person and the blood that accumulated in their mouth. I'm tasting that.
So, Century Countess asks, has there ever been a witch in history
Oh,
who you'd love to visit the places where they lived, pay respects, and maybe see the home they lived
Marie
in?
Laveau, hands down.
That's the one I was just thinking. I used to
Marie Laveau.
love visiting the Marie shop. Um, yeah.
I go to, I
Respect to
mean,
that witch right
oh,
there.
totally, totally. She's a
She not only
phenomenal,
was a witch, she took care of her community.
yes, that's what I was just going to say. She really helped her community tremendously, not just with witchcraft, but the person she was. Phenomenal, phenomenal human being.
Yeah. Uh, okay, she looked it up too. Hinda says Claire
Yeah. Yeah,
aliens.
there's a lot of different clarions.
Woo!
Yeah.
Okay, I'm checking. Okay, we're down to the bottom. Dude, um, I need to ask Selena, what draws you to places like this?
Well, I I consider myself a liminal witch. I can communicate with the dead fairly easily. Um, I feel it's just the type of witch I am. And it's not that I go looking for it, but I'm somehow naturally drawn to it. And um, my husband is a huge Civil War buff, uh, Revolutionary War, Vietnam, World War One, World War Two. He knows everything about all of these wars. And he's always like, hey, let's go to the battlefield. Sure, let's go. And I think he kind of gets a kick out of how I'm going to be feeling when I'm there. Like he'll be like, are you okay, Selena? How are you feeling? He'll have me hold on to memorabilia that he has and to see what type of energy I feel from it. The last time he did that to me, it was a World War II memorabilia. And I again tasted blood, piercing headache. And I was like, yeah, this was like within like a minute of holding the item in my hand. Gave it back to him and I said, please don't ever let me touch this ever again because it was a horrible feeling.
Yeah, I once had somebody. Okay, check this out. This is back when I ran with a rough crowd in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Um, about 1995. A guy I was partying with. says, "Come out, check this out." We went out in the front yard to his car, and he had a dagger in the back card. He's like,
Oh,
go ahead, check it out. It's so cool." And I went to reach for it, and the closer I got to it, my guides said,
said,
"No,
don't touch
bitch."
it.
No, bitch.
Yeah,
So I pulled my hand back and I was leaning down looking at it, and he was getting more insistent. "Pick it up, pick it up." I was like, "No, that's okay. I can see it just fine. It's my hands are dirty. I don't want to get oil on it."
yeah,
Um, I did not want my fingerprints on that blade in any way, shape, or form. I just knew that it was not going to turn out well.
no.
So yeah, my guides will bitch slap me.
We're
So
like telling you better stop it right there, Bobby,
that's
or
right.
you're going to be in pain after this.
So
It's listening to your guides, though. I think we need to do that more often. And I should listen to them more often when they tell me not to do stuff like that. But I do it anyways because I'm like a little kid in a candy shop and I have to touch it.
yeah, my guides have gotten to the point where they're like, "Go ahead."
Go ahead, touch it and you'll see what happens.
See you in a
It's
minute.
like your parents telling you, go ahead, touch it, and you're going to
Yep.
see what happens.
And my mom used to always say, and to this day says it, "Now what have we learned?"
Uh-huh. Exactly. Yeah.
Now
What have we learned?
I learned
Yeah.
you're being a bitch. Leave me alone. I really have enjoyed this show with you.
Me too. Thank you. Thanks everybody for coming along with us to Gettysburg.
Hey, Selena, do you have your deck with you?
Which one?
Anyone you want to do a quick
Yeah,
read for the
definitely.
collective?
Yeah, of course.
I'll pull a couple cards from my favorite deck currently. I love
What deck
this
is
deck.
that?
It's the Halloween Forever deck. It's the cutest little fucker.
How
Big scary Bobby, the Dark Witch, has
is
these.
it the Halloween Tarot or what which one is it?
It's this one.
Let me see, let me see. Oh, that is cute. I don't have that one.
You really should. I know you don't like dolls, but this is
I
the
don't.
cutest little gothy.
I don't like dolls. I'm going to be using
It takes
this
me
one.
back to when I was a true goth.
This is the one I'm using, Bobby. Does that one look familiar?
Mm-hmm. It does. Ironically, I have that one. So. Oh, look at that. What card I pulled.
Uh-oh, what card did you get? Ooh. These cards are flying out, guys. Oh my god. Oh
right.
my god, guys. Oh my god.
What you got? What you got?
I got 3 majors, but go ahead, do yours first.
All right. Well, I'm doing my oracle. So I drew 3 cards for the collective here, people. First card I drew is called Moon Moth. This is basically a card of gentleness. This is saying don't attack things in the same way you are. Pull back, calm your tits, go forward with calm and grace. The next card I drew is the Santa Muerte card. This in this deck means immediate action needs to be taken. Petition the goddess for help with what you need. So if we put those 2 cards together so far, what we have is stop. Hammer time. Stop what you're doing, relax, reevaluate, call to the gods for help, and know that you are in the right on the situation you're fighting for. Because the last card I have is called Fierce Yokai. I love this card. This is not only a card of fighting, but fighting for what you believe in, and fighting for what you believe in because you are right. All right, so we put all 3 of these together. Take a beat, calm down, attack things in a new way, change it up in a new way, and know that you are right in your battle. And that's what I have on this end. What about you, Selena?
Oh, I got 3 majors, guys. So this is, as we all know, when you get a major in a reading, there's some just additional information that you need to really pay attention to. But if you get all 3 majors in a reading, there's some shit happening here. First card is Judgment. Look at this Judgment card. Look at that wispy mist around him. The Judgment I am seeing as it's awakening from these old cycles that you're dealing with. You see that fog around there? And I know we've been talking a lot about fog in this tonight's show, but do you have it in yours too? Yes, you do.
No, she was
No?
talking about that
Oh,
this being a pretty card, so I was showing it to her again.
So
Those are gorgeous cards.
I feel like the universe is not punishing you, but you still need to really rise from this judgment. Rise from. I feel like you are being feel of persecution in some sort. The second card is the Devil. So there's some attachments, some bindings, some unhealthy stuff you're dealing with right now that you have to really, that you're being tempted, especially with the Judgment card, that you really need to cut out of your life. And that's definitely going to happen because you got the Temperance card. So the Temperance card is showing that you are finding that balance that you need to get past that. That there is that balance. You see that dark and that white in there. The angel, she's helping her. You are getting that balance, and you are going to be able to get past these types of addictions that you're dealing with. But don't let that Judgment card weigh you down. There is light at the end of the tunnel.
Awesome.
Thanks, Awkwardly Gothy. That deck is from MJ. She does like the Crow Tarot, the Dog Tarot. That one's called Unfinished Business. And you have to order it from her and wait months and months and months to get it.
Yeah.
Months and months.
Worth it, though. Great artist.
But yeah, it's from MJ Cullinan, and it is the Unfinished Business Tarot. So it's a really good read.
Well, everybody, that brings us to the end of our show this evening.
Yes.
Selena and I do this every Thursday night. I don't think we've even decided what we're doing next week. We'll talk backstage right now.
No, we haven't.
Which is unusual. We had a list of things we
did.
down, and I think we reached the end of that list. We're gonna have to make a new one.
I think so. We're gonna have to muster up some stuff. If you guys have any suggestions, please go Behind the Moon on Facebook, on our group channel there, and post any suggestions that you want us to discuss and talk about.
Yes, the link to our Behind the Moon Facebook page is in the description box. You can leave comments there and show suggestions, ideas, personal experiences on things that have happened to you.
Yeah, definitely. Share your stuff.
We're interested. We really are.
That's right, Madhu, because
business is unfinished. Yes. Yeah. All right, everybody.
Century Countess, for checking out our channel and coming on tonight.
Yes, it's always good to see. And I apologize that the first night a lot of you were here. We had a couple of twat waffles. I try to give everybody a chance and think maybe they're just
a voice.
Type that in the wrong way, but nah. We give our mods the authority to
thank you, Green Willow,
boot these bitches as they see fit. All right, everybody, we love you all, but we gotta go. And remember, don't ever let your future be defined by your past. Okay, love you. Bye.